Hi Mark, I'm Carol. My student number is S01410005. Now I will record the first article. Facebook email is going away, in case you notice. Editor's note. Mobile World Congress is the world's largest mobile tech trade. So looking at the current state of mobile, and where it might go next. Watch CNN International's coverage live from Barcelona on February 21st to February 28th. Get the latest live update from the event on CNN's live blog. CNN. Check your Facebook mail lately? Didn't think so. Apparently not many other states either. So after 3+ years, the world's largest social media outlet is putting the plug on its data-used email service. The company confirmed Tuesday. We are making this change because most people haven't been using their Facebook email address, and we can focus on improving our mobile messaging experience for everyone, Facebook said in a statement. For those who don't have a Facebook email account, message will be forwarded to the private email address listed in a user's account, the company said. The changes are planned to roll out in March, and users can turn off their forwarding option if they prefer not to have their personal inbox flooded with these messages. It's a little bit of boring to the inevitable, said Justin Lafferty, editor of the trade site inside Facebook. The email addresses will show out as message for Facebook users never check off, and when Facebook tried to make them the default email accounts for all users in mid-2012. A lot of people were unhappy with that, he said. It was kind of rolled out to everyone regardless of what they wanted, Lefty said. With this week's $19 billion acquisition of WhatsApp, the fast-growing message service, Facebook is focusing more on mobile messaging than email these days. Facebook ventured into the email field in November 2010, and the service to the message system already used heavily by its 1.2 billion users. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said at the time that the system would complement, not compete, with unchecked email giants such as Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft. We don't expect anyone to wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to shut down my Yahoo account or my Gmail account and switch exclusively to Facebook. But we do expect a shift to more real-time communication, he said. Lefty said the reversal is unlikely to be remembered in the company's annals, much like the service itself. Many people probably weren't even aware of the change, he said. Now I will move on to the second article. California couple strikes gold after finding 10 million in rare coins. CNN, Eric. A husband and wife are reveling in their good fortune after finding 10 million in rare gold coins buried on their property in Northern California. The gold country discovery is thought to be the largest of its kind in U.S. history, according to David who co-founded a professional coin grading service, which authenticated the find. It's quite a story. People were working alone on their property in Northern California. Noticed something. Began digging, and they found cans of golden coins. Who stayed? It should have happened to you and me. The incredible find. The coins were unearthed in February 2013 by the husband and wife, who wished to remain anonymous. They were walking their dog when they spotted something shining on the ground. The couple dug and eventually discovered 8 metal cans containing more than 1,400 golden coins. No one knows how they got there, or who the coins might have belonged to. Somebody could have buried them and then died before anybody knew where they were, Ho said. Believe it or not, I know cases where they forgot they had something, or they moved over whatever. It could have been some kind of robbery deal. Who knows? The treasure is near the Cedar Ridge Howard because it was discovered near a hill. The cover called Cedar Ridge. In their effort to stay anonymous, the husband and wife are seen escaping where the fortune was found. These coins could change history. The coins in $5, $10, and $20 denominations date from 1847 to 1894. Most were made in San Francisco. They have a combined face value of about $27,000, but experts believe they could fetch $10 million or more. Many are in pristine condition, including Alice floating coins. They are considered the finest known for their date and a mint mark. A highlight from the whole is the 1866 S, the model double eagle, valued at close to $1 million. The cover is planned to sell much of the collection. Approximately 19% of the coins will go up on Amazon.com's collectibles site, according to Don Coggins of Coggins, who is assisting the anonymous owners. He tells CNN the cover wants to donate some of the proceeds to charity. Basically, they're thankful, and they think it's wonderful that they're going to be able to save their property. Then they sell them loose, and again, they want to give back to the community and to needy people, he said. Collectors waiting a sneak peek can see some of the coins and American Numismatic Association's 2014 National Money Show in Atlanta, which opened Thursday. Unlike all the horse and the treasures, this one includes a great variety of coin stock of many different years, and many of the coins are still in pristine condition, Hank said, and added they are wonderful human interest story. This family literally found a part of gold at the end of the rainbow. Rare coin collection, Saturday Night Mint, bought for $3 a yard sales. Both sells for $2.2 million. Fisherman Hook's statue of ancient Greek got a pearl. Okay, here comes the third article. My army artist destroyed 1 million ivory vests in protest. CNN. He's been photographed driving vests before, but that doesn't mean it's okay for just anyone to do it. Ai Weiwei has made a name for himself by not only creating visually arresting and thought-provoking art, but for his uncompromising activism in opposition to Chinese government. I was on the receiving end of protest this weekend, where a local Miami artist smashed a color basis vest valued at $1 million. Part of the artist, according to what exhibition at Paris Art Museum Miami, PMMN, in the city. The exhibition also included photographs of a Chinese artist driving what appears to be Han Dynasty Europe. Maximo Carbonaro, a Miami-based artist, was named in a police affidavit as the defendant. He told officials that his act was a protest against the gallery's decision to only display international art. The police report said that Carbonaro picked out the vase before being advised to put it down by a museum official. He then drove it in protest. He was charged with criminal mischief. Questionable protest. Meanwhile, told CNN that he didn't have much reaction to the news, but said that he felt that a line should be drawn when it came to damage property or private property as part of a protest. I can't have a share in Beijing, so I cannot go to museums to work in Beijing, he said in a phone interview. My work is basically forbidden to be shared in China. The protest itself may be valid, but to damage somebody's work to do that is questionable. I said that he considered his works, specifically the triptych, which shows him driving an antique urine, to be very different. My work belongs to me. It doesn't belong to the public, and also it doesn't belong to somebody else. He said he believes he has been contacted by the gallery, but he isn't taking the rules too seriously. I don't really care much, and actually my work is often damaged in different shows because it's fragrant. So normally I don't take this thing too highly. Damage is damage, you know. If they have insurance, maybe it will be converted. Art in China, one screen and the cutting edge condemnation. The museum issued a statement concerning the incident, condemning Caminera's acts. Although the museum can speak directly to intentions, evidence suggests that this was a premeditated act. A BAMN statement reads, as an art museum dedicated to celebrating modern and contemporary artists from within our community and around the world, we have the highest respect for freedom of expression. But this destructive act is badly and disrespectful to another artist and his work, to praise our museum, my army, and to our community. Caminera told the Miami New Times that it was a spontaneous protest, and that he lived the best and that is much on the floor like Wei did in his picture, then waited for authority peacefully and never resisted punishment. I will rocks out against detention. Okay, now move on to the third article. Hong Kong police on alert after China's sex industry crackdown. CNN. Hong Kong police plan to step up efforts against vice operation in the city following a massive crackdown on prostitution last week across the Chinese border, where police in Dongguan raided 2,000 establishments and detained more than 900 people. Senior Hong Kong police expressed fears that a special administrative zone could feel the vice will collapse after the raids by more than 6,000 police on the Chinese industrial city, just 60 miles, 100 km to the north. Commissioner of Police Andy Tan Wei Huang told local media that police will be stepping up operations against the sex trade, adding the proliferation of vice in the territory was a concern following the crackdown. There is definitely potential for the sex trade to suddenly grow quickly here, but it won't just be confined to rise prostitution. A senior Hong Kong police office told the South China Morning Post it will bring with it all the usual vice that goes with it: narcotics, money laundering, trade protection. The Chinese Ministry of Public Security on Sunday ordered the police across China to set up efforts to tackle three vices: prostitution, gambling, and drug trafficking, warning officials that will be held accountable for illegal activities. While Dongguan, situated between the large population zone of Shenzhen and Guangzhou, has long been associated with prostitution. It is known as China's Sin City. China's Ministry of Public Security has indicated it will not limit the crackdown to the city, and that the operation will also target officials benefiting from trade. Be resolute with the crackdown no matter who is involved, and regardless of what official ranks they are at, with no narrative of soft-heartedness, the ministry said in a post on its website over the weekend. Dongguan Deputy Mayor and Police Chief Yang Xiaokan was fired from his post last week, and 10 other senior police officers have been subject to a range of punishments in the wake of the raids, state media reported. Other provinces, including Zhejiang, Guangzhou, Shandong, Guangxi, and Heilongjiang, have conducted their own vice race in recent days, indicating that the campaign has been direct from the central government. After the exterminate yellow campaign, the color in China associated with prostitution. The crackdown comes after a report by the national broadcaster CCTV on the sex industry in Dongguan. There is definitely potential for the sex trade to surge quickly here. According to media reports cited by the English language China Daily, Dongguan, with a large shooting migrant population from across China, could have as many as 300,000 working in the illegal industry, despite harsh penalties for involvement. The nationwide clampdown on the street vices is the latest target for the government of President Xi Jinping, which promised a wide-scale crackdown on remnant groups who encountered power in 2012. Xi has also been behind an austerity drive to rein in extravagant spending, banning officials from serving exotic dishes such as shark fin soup at banquets. Anger over corruption has prompted a raft of mass incidents and official euphemism for protests, ordering officials defending one-party rule. This year, Xi vowed to crack down on both tigers and flies, powerful leaders and lowly bureaucrats in his campaign against corruption and petty officialdom. Okay, let's move on to the last article. He started in his teens with just $14. Now he's a 21-year-old paperback king. Every week, African startup first entrepreneurs in various countries across the continent to see how they are working to make their business dreams become reality. CNN award-winning entrepreneur Andrew McBrien was just 16 years old when he decided to take on the world. This was back in 2008, when both of Napier's parents had those day jobs and could only afford to cover school fees. I had to gather me my basic needs by myself. Remembers a Uganda businessman, I decided to face the world alone. Inadvertently, the government of Uganda countered McBrien's ads. At the time, officials in the country announced that they were considering a ban on plastics to curb environmental damage. McBrien, who was still in secondary school, immediately saw this as an opportunity to launch a paperback production company. I conducted a feasibility study, market research around retail shops, kiosks, supermarkets around Kampala, and discovered there is need and potential market for paperbacks. To start out his small operation, McBrien figured out he needed capital of 36,000 Uganda shillings, $40. He raised the first $11 from selling 70 kilos of used plastic bottles he had collected over 1 week. McBrien then borrowed a remaining $3 from his school teacher and embarked on his entrepreneurial journey producing paperbacks on a small scale. Since then, the business has grown extensively, and today, at the age of 21, McBrien is the owner of Youth Entrepreneur Link Investments (YELI), the first registered Uganda company to make paperbacks. The young entrepreneurs employ 16 people who produce up to 20,000 paperbacks each week. His long list of clients includes restaurants, retail stores, supermarkets, medical centers, as well as multinational companies like Samsung. YELI has made about 1,000 needed bags for a local stores of the electronics company. Right now, I have 72 clients. Says Priya. 90% of our clients always come back. Green impact. Priya's remarkable achievements and short business skills have been recognized with a number of accolades in recent years. In 2012, Priya was the winner of 30,000 Anisha Prize, a major award given to young African and tribal leaders who take the initiative to address critical needs in their communities. The awards I have won give me courage to push on with my business. The awards I have won give me courage to push on with my business, says the young entrepreneur. It shows to me how I am doing the right thing, and it helps me define impact and create. Uganda has attempted to ban plastic bags in a bid to deal with its accurate waste management permit and promote environmental conservation. Yet, they are still used in Kampala and often block drainage systems or clad in heaps on the side of roads. Priya, however, believes Uganda was eventually choose paper over plastic, and he even planned to build a recycling operation. A paper bag is eco-friendly. It can really easily decompose, he says, but plastic bags take too long. So that is the difference, just the start. For now, Priya sources his paper from Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. His business is housed in Kosoko, a slum just outside Kampala's bustling city center. Here, everything is done by hand and with precision. While ELI employees clean out thousands of bags daily, cutting the paper manually and then folding in and gluing in appropriately. But this takes time, and as customer numbers grow, the team cannot keep up with the increasing orders. Priya says one of the biggest changes for his store are right now is supply and demand. It needs time to produce the right quality and quantity to all clients because it's run manually. He says it's quite hard to catch up with some clients who are used to cheap plastic bags. At Priya, my next step is to get a machine, because I only able to supply 5% of the demands I have. I dream of having a big plant where I able to supply paper bags all over Africa. Yet, Priya says that this is a problem that most clients understand, pushing him to keep thinking big and press ahead with plans to promote environmental conservation. The vision is to have a clean Africa by eradicating use of plastic bags and emphasis on paper recycling, he says. I dream of having a big plant where I'm able to supply paper bags all over Africa, adds Priya, putting emphasis on sensitizing about environmental conservation. So I believe this is just the start. Let's move on to the last article. He started in his teens with just $14. Now he's a 21-year-old paper bag king. Every week, African startup follows entrepreneurs in various countries across the continent to see how they are working to make their business dreams come reality. CNN award-winning entrepreneur Andrew Priya was just 16 years old when he decided to take on the world. It was back in 2008 when both of Priya's parents had lost their jobs and could only afford to cover his school fees. I had to get to meet my basic needs by myself, remembers the Uganda businessman. I decided to face the world alone. Inadvertently, the government of Uganda canceled Priya's ads. At the time, officials in the country announced that they were considering a ban on plastic bags to curb environmental damage. Mupuya, who was still in secondary school, immediately saw this as an opportunity to launch a paper bag production company. I conducted a feasibility study, market research around retail shops, kiosks, supermarkets around Kampala, and discovered there is need and potential market for paper bags. To start out his small operation, Mupuya figured out he needed a capital of 60,000 Uganda shillings, $14. He raised the first $11 from selling 7 kilos of used plastic bottles he had collected over 1 week. Mupuya then borrowed the remaining $3 from his school teachers and embarked on his entrepreneurial journey, producing paper bags on a small scale. Since then, the business has grown extensively, and today, at the age of 21, Mupuya is the owner of Youth Entrepreneurial Link Investments (YELI), the first registered Uganda company to make paper bags. The young entrepreneur employs 16 people who produce up to 20,000 paper bags each week. His long list of clients include restaurants, retail stores, supermarkets, medical centers, as well as multinational companies like Samsung. Yari has made about 1,000 knitted bags for the local stores of the electronics company. Right now, I have 72 clients, says Mupuya. 90% of our clients always come back. Green impact. Mupuya's remarkable achievements and assured business skills have been recognized with a number of accolades in recent years. In 2012, Mupuya was the winner of the 30,000 Asia Prize, a major award given to young African entrepreneurial leaders, particularly initiatives to address critical needs in their communities. The awards I have won give me courage to push on with my business. The awards I have won, says the young entrepreneur. It shows to me how I am doing the right thing, and it helps me define impact and creativity. Uganda has attempted to ban plastics in a bid to deal with its accurate waste management problem and promote environmental conservation. Yet, they are still used in Kampala and often block drainage systems or clad in heaps on the side of the road. Mupuya, however, believes Uganda will eventually choose paper over plastic, and he even plans to build a recycling operation. A paper bag is eco-friendly. It can easily decompose, he says, but plastic bags take too long, so that is the difference. Just the start. Now I will read the second article again. California couple strikes gold after finding 10 million in rare coins. CNN. Eureka. A husband and wife are reveling in their good fortune after finding 10 million in rare gold coins buried on their property in Northern California. The gold country discovery is said to be the largest of its kind in U.S. history, according to David Holt, co-founder of Professional Coin Grading Service, which authenticated the find. It's quite a story. People were walking around on their property in Northern California, noticed something, began digging, and they focused cans of golden coins. Holt said, "It should have happened to you and me." The incredible find. The coins were unearthed in February 2013 by the husband and wife, who wished to remain anonymous. They were walking their dog when they spotted something shiny on the ground. The couple dug and eventually discovered 8 metal cans containing more than 1,400 golden coins. No one knows how they got there or whom the coins might have belonged to. Somebody could have buried them and then died before that anybody knew where they were, Hall said. Believe it or not, I know cases where they forgot they had something, or they moved or whatever. It could have been some kind of robbery deal, who knows? The treasure is known as the Cedar Ridge Hoard because it was discovered near a hill the couple called Cedar Ridge. In their effort to stay anonymous, the husband and wife aren't saying exactly where the fortune was found. These coins could change history. The coins in $5, $10, and $20 denominations date from 1847 to 1894. Most were minted in San Francisco. They have a combined face value of about $27,000, but experts that could fetch $10 million or more. Many are in pristine condition, including at least 14 coins that are considered the finest known for their dates and the mint mark. A highlight from the hoard is an 1866 X, the Mortal Double Eagle, valued at close to $1 million. The cover is planned to sell much of the collection. Approximately 90% of the coins will go up on Amazon.com's collectible site, according to Don Kagan of Kagan's, who is assisting the owners. He told CNN the couple wants to donate some of the proceeds to charity. Okay, Mark, thank you for listening.